Hi, this is Jack. Okay, I'm going to speak about child abuse exposed. Okay. Child abuse. Why does child abuse exist? Why is child abuse allowed in this world, and why is it still continuing, even worsening and compounding? What do children represent? Children represent the innocence of self-life expression. They are born unconditionally into this world. They are born with absolute vulnerability into this world. They are born with absolute trust in this world as unconditional expressions of life as life. Innocence in the hands of those that have walked before them. Now, what does child abuse represent is the following. You have, as I have discussed many times before, the mind consciousness systems within human beings. The mind consciousness systems within human beings. Now, what happens when a being abuses a child? It is the manifestation and the representation of how all of humanity collectively have allowed themselves to be abused by the mind consciousness system within them, dictating to them who they must be, how they must be, what they must be, how they must experience, what they must experience. Who I am as the self-defined mind consciousness system. So, why does child abuse still exist? It's because we're still allowing self-abuse. We're still allowing ourselves here on earth to be abused by mind consciousness systems. Because who are we, human beings? We are the expression of life as I am. We are the unconditional expression of life as I am. Why do you think children exist? Children exist to show that we as life, as the expression of life, still exist, are still here. Human beings, parents, remember this. Parents, your children are here to show you that you are still that which they express. They express themselves unconditionally. Have a look. They express themselves, they love unconditionally. They're unconditionally vulnerable, saying, parents, here I am. See who I am. I am here to show you that you are still the expression of life, the unconditional expression of life. Express unconditionally with me as life. It's not the other way around, human beings. You're not supposed to teach them. They're here to show you who they are as you. But then why does abuse still exist? Why is there human beings that still abuse children? Remember that such human beings know not what they do, because they are the manifestation of all of humanity as mind consciousness systems, still allowing self-abuse, because you're still allowing yourself to be controlled and enslaved by a mind consciousness system to suppress who you really are as life, as the unconditional expression of life as life. How are we going to stop this? Remember, it's not going to help you stop the beings who abuse, because they're merely representing what all of humanity is allowing within themselves. Remember, human beings, what manifests in this world, what exists within this world, is what exists within us, because I am all that is. Therefore, if we want to stop child abuse, where do we start? Within ourselves. We make sure that we do not support such an existence. And how do we make sure that we don't support such an existence? We stop the mind. Stop the mind. Remember the practical living application that has been shared with those. Stop the mind, stop the thoughts through forgiveness, through corrective application. Stop the emotions and the feelings, because they're not who you are. And if you continue with that, remember that if that still exists within you, that self-abuse of allowing a mind consciousness system to say to you who you are, which only consists of thoughts, emotions and feelings, you're manifesting that of the manifestation of child abuse. Have a look, it's exactly the same. It is merely a picture, manifestation, representation of what is happening within human beings as all of humanity. Have a look. If mind consciousness systems didn't exist, if self-abuse didn't exist, would child abuse ever exist again? No. But it must be clear within all of existence. Each and every single human being must be of no mind, must be of the expression of life as who I am, of who I am, unconditionally. Parents, see what your children are here to show you. Express with them. See them as equal as you, because they're showing you who you really are. They're showing you that you are the unconditional expression of life. Just look at their faces. Just look how their entire being glows with the expression of who they are. So human being, if you want to stop child abuse, stop self-abuse. It is simple. Stop the mind. How is it to stop self-abuse? Stop the mind. Stop the thoughts, stop the emotions and feelings, and start expressing the I am life unconditionally as who you are, as who I am. So this is Jack. Thank you very much.